Welcome to When Did You Know? The show where I ask all my queer friends, when did you know? Hosted by me, Pooh. And now, once again, welcome to When Did You Know? And today we have our very first guest ever. I don't know if it's going to go out as the very first guest, but you are the very first guest ever.
Yeah.
Please introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Tamesh. I am 33 years old. I'm from Queens, New York. I am Indo-Caribbean Guyanese.
Mhm.
Yeah, my pronouns are he, him. I identify as gay. And yes.
You've wrapped that. That was the best way. You wrapped that up quite succinctly. So, I'm here to ask you questions. But first, we have to get to know you, Mr. Tamesh. Are you ready to break the ice with me?
Yes.
Okay, first and foremost, what we need to know is your zodiac sign. The people need to know.
Okay. Okay, it's a controversial one. I know my big three, if that helps.
Give us all the information because there are people out here who are wanting to know, and once you give your big three, people are gonna be like, "I get you, I understand."
When people hear it, they're like, "Oh," I'm like, okay, I kind of get reactions. But I'm a Leo sun.
Oh,
I'm a Taurus moon.
yes, Taurus.
And I'm an Aries rising.
What's most important is I heard Taurus. Favorite color?
Oh, green, like shades of green.
Actually, is there a particular shade of green?
More cool tone, more like with like leaning towards like the blue undertones.
Ah,
But yeah, like jewel tones. Yeah, like green, like that. Yeah.
like an emerald, maybe.
Yeah, you could say so. Yeah.
Next, if you had a mutant power, what would it be?
Oh, mutant power would okay. I would definitely be super speed. Yeah.
Oh,
I
speedster. I see.
yeah. No, like all the speedsters from both Marvel and DC, I do like from like Quicksilver
Mm,
to the Flash and everything like that. Yeah.
it is a
So
pretty cool power. I used to not care for it, and then I think that X-Men movie showed Quicksilver being in super speed. I was like, oh, this is actually amazing.
yeah.
Actually, it's amazing. All right. And the last part of our introduction I call Firebreakers, which is a rapid fire icebreakers. Now,
Got it.
I want you to give me 5 letters between A through V.
TLS, my initials.
TLS. You have 2 more.
Yeah, the letter A.
For now, we're going to go with TLSA.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. T. On your bucket list, what country are you dying to visit?
Oh, New Zealand.
New Zealand. Oh.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings?
No, from Rocket
No.
Power.
Oh.
When they went.
We
When they
are.
had the movie and they had that
Yes.
competition.
Oh my goodness, that is nostalgia hitting me in the face. Let's see. L. Favorite female rapper.
Favorite from Queens, and I'm Guyanese, so it has to be Nikki.
I
Like
know.
Trinidadian,
I know.
Guyana,
I don't know why
Jamaica Queen. Yeah, so it's like,
it was pretty obvious. The correct answer was Dolce, but you failed that one, but that is okay. S. Let's see. What is something no one knows about you? S for secret.
Yeah, nobody knows about me.
It doesn't have to be super big, but you can give T. It's all up to you.
Well, like I'm ambidextrous.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Double
will figure
jointed.
double
I am
jointed.
I am ambidextrous in certain things. So like there are certain things I am right hand dominant, like driving right hand, writing
Oh,
left hand, like yeah, so I do have different tasks
okay. I've
for
learned
different things.
something absolutely new about you. I learned 2 things.
Like yeah, I grew up left-handed, but then like for some weird reason my right hand is stronger when I go to the gym. So I was
Mhm.
like, I don't know. Yeah.
You can tell us if they try to teach the left-handed devil thing out of you. You can let us know if you've secretly been left-handed. And what was A? Oh, an easy one, like a layup. Are you a cat person or a dog person?
Cat.
Mm,
I'm a cat person. I'm Leo, lion,
yeah,
feline. Yeah.
yeah. Some of these were just easily answered. It was just meant to be. Okay. Now, this is the most important question, almost as if I made this entire series based on it. When did you know?
God, okay, so when did I know? I
Mhm.
think well, okay, so I I would say I first remember attraction to boys in first grade.
Okay.
I was six, right? But I didn't understand the concept of it back then. It was just more
Right.
so like I was like, oh, like think this boys are attractive and beautiful. I just want to be their friend. But then, well, I think what solidified with me like when knowing and being in denial
Mhm.
was millennial baby. So I remember being in middle school when cable modem became a thing and
Yeah, we got that
having
first internet.
right, yeah. So my introduction to porn was in middle school, and then like
It's yeah,
cable internet, right?
yeah, yeah.
And family computer, 3 a.m. Everybody's
Everybody's
asleep.
asleep.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so then like I came across like gay porn from the internet
Mhm.
because of like the internet cable modem DSL generation era, and
Yes, and you
then
get
but
your
I was like, oh.
JPEGs of porn.
Right. And then I was like, okay, I got into it. I liked it. But then growing up in Jamaica, Queens, like you already knew homophobia before you knew your sexuality.
Yes,
So it's like,
yes.
okay, I
Gay
already
was an
knew,
insult just walking around for everything.
yeah. So I already knew like instantaneously when I saw that I knew that, oh, like that's what everybody's talking about. So no, like I
Mhm.
can't exhibit that.
Mm.
So I knew then, but I denied it. I would say I came to terms to it more so in college. Once I got
Mm-mm.
into college, I was like, okay, that was like the 2010s. The world was becoming more queer friendly. I got to venture out.
Where did you go to for college?
I stayed in Queens. I went to Queens College,
Hmm.
but I think that's when I started venturing out more non-Caribbean neighborhoods of the
Mm.
city because I've always went to like I have family from Flatbush, Brooklyn to East
Mm.
New York. I have family in the Bronx that I visited and everything, Richmond Hill, Queens.
Mm.
But I think that's what college is when I really ventured out in like other areas of New York City and like the
Yes.
other walks of life. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like this is my hometown, this is my city, but I don't get to engage
Yeah,
with
you
these other
don't
people.
know it. You know your area, but you don't know it.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Freedom.
exactly. So once I got to interact with these people, started befriending people from other areas. That like I was just so insular with the Jamaica Queens
We,
community and from like elementary school all the way to college.
you had your
Yeah,
core group of people that's over damn near Long Island, basically.
yeah, they all kind of did. They got my straight friends who I grew up with since grade school. They got married and moved out to Long Island.
Oh,
Yeah,
they were really about staying right here.
yeah, almost all of them. Yeah.
Oh, college age. Did you go to a gay bar in Queens?
Yeah, well at first, okay, I remember going to I got into 'cause I turned my birthday's in August, right? So
Of course, Leo Leo.
so that summer after high school, I did get to go to Jackson Heights, Friends Tavern, and all that stuff
Mm.
like that. But I was 17.
Of
This is 2000.
course.
Yeah, they did an ID back then. This is before 2010s era. So like,
Yeah, in New York City, you hustle yourself into those bars as a young
yeah,
queer.
yeah. But yeah, no, but I had a fake ID. My cousin was 3 years older than me. So
Mm.
when he got his license at 21, took his permit that was still valid for 5 years.
Hmm.
So like his permit was a real permit valid until I turned 22.
Right.
So I was like, great, perfect. Like they don't care. They just
I,
see two brown guys on ID. They're like, you get it. Yeah,
yeah.
like
This is a brown guy here. Look, come on. You can't even spell my name. You come on, let me in.
yeah, yeah. So at 18, I was living the 21 life, but
Mhm.
it was very much a double life. I think that's when I had like the Guyanese community friend where I'll go to the Caribbean clubs.
Mm.
But then I started building a gay social circle and then I started
Ah.
going to like the gay nightlife with them.
Mm.
Back then it was like Escos,
Oh,
XL,
Escalitas. Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
Splash, like
Yes.
those the places back that I used to go to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that avenue on 42nd Street was really popping. There was a lot going on over there. Oh gosh, it used to be great. Oh, I sound like a millennial gay. Next question. So, at what point, as we was talking about you hitting 18, living a 21 life, at what point in your life did you become comfortable in your skin?
Mm, probably around like 2017, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So not so long ago, but like, yeah, I was like it already after 25, like already into my career.
Mm.
Like I just, the, wow, I don't know. It's weird to say. Like maybe like the Trump era really radicalized me to be more like, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow. Okay.
yeah, no, because like I think that's where I really came more in conflict with like my cultural community, where like people like we saw more difficult conversations
Mm.
about different
Mm.
ideologies when it comes to the left versus the right,
Mm.
race, like Trump conservatism, and I just because okay, I got to be more vocal,
Mm.
and this is what I actually do stand for, but then I can't be out here like putting on this like front that I have been.
Right.
It actually like emboldened me to be more myself and like hold my own. But that came with challenges along the way of like
I would
being
imagine so.
like tested, yeah, being like Indo-Caribbean and also a New Yorker, like just like holding your own and holding your own weight in these spaces. You're
Mm.
just like they gotta just like test your credentials and test your validity. Yeah, so
Who? The people in your neighborhood?
I don't want to like it's a weird masculinity thing where it's like
Mm.
okay like you can be an educated man but then you have the title there like oh what he says is valid,
Mm.
right? But then like you have like a blue collar worker mechanic man and what he says is also valid,
Mm.
but then like I come in as the gay guy and they're like oh no like you're automatically written off because of like your statement because you're the gay guy, so it's kind of like
Oh, that's annoying.
yeah, and to really like to hold my own on space. I did it. I do it. I still do it.
Of course you. Of
Yeah.
course, you come in. I was
Like
like, I'm a bad bitch, and I don't want y'all to forget.
yeah, but I think it's like it really is like the constant recertification of like my manhood and masculinity to like my word will hold weight in this conversation.
Mm.
Yeah.
That is heavy
That's
because even if, especially since it's still happening now, that you still have to basically assert dominance. That my words hold weight as much as any other man in this room.
yeah, but not to sound cocky because like I do stand aside with those who have like an academic career
Mm.
with those guys as well. But then I also stand with the guys who don't there, but who are like I have family members who are like garbage workers, military men, mechanics, and things like that. But then like I'm also physically fit as well. So it's
Mm.
like okay, like where are you going to kind of like I'm not. I didn't look this out intentionally, but it just so happened to like be where I'm at and how I
Right.
am. So it's like, okay, since you guys don't have anything to pluck at, like I see them really struggling with
Oh,
that, and
I
like,
see. Because all of that in that culture comes into effect. How you looking, what you're doing, your schooling, your career, everything all comes under scrutiny in a
yeah.
sense, basically. So you're like, I'm performing well in everything. Thank you very much.
Yeah. The only thing I don't have is basically the marriage, and like a lot of them now in when I'm now in my mid 30s,
Mhm.
it's like okay, well you're still not married and everybody in my age group is, so that's like one thing they'll like put on me.
They're like, don't worry, I can get married. Don't you
Yeah,
worry.
but
The next question, speaking of being comfortable, when do you feel most confident?
Hmm.
Yeah. What do you do and how do you make it happen?
When I feel most confident, oh,
Yes.
maybe the dance floor. I just like
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
You living that
yeah,
Esco's life. All right.
right, yeah. No, 'cause I really could be on the dance floor by myself in my
Mm.
own world. Like I just saw a previous friend this weekend.
Hmm.
You know him, Brian.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, like I just kind of went here and like I got kind of like, yo, we were listening to music and then he just like mentioned like, oh, yo, like you're doing you again, like miss seeing you on the dance floor. Like I really just be like in my own world,
Yeah.
just like dancing. I was just like, okay, I just love music and I like all types of music. Yeah.
On the dance floor, you literally feel that freedom of
Yeah.
going buck wild.
Yeah, I don't even need to be in the center. I'll be like in a corner
Hmm.
somewhere because I was like, I like to have my space in my movement room. So I
Hmm.
was like, okay, I don't want to be the center. I just find a corner and just like be doing my thing.
And just start jamming in your own
Yeah, yeah,
world. No, I absolutely love that.
yeah,
A DJ saved your life.
yeah.
Next question. Okay, it's a final set of questions,
Mhm,
and it's involving time travel. So it's not weird, but
mhm,
time travel. You go back in time to a younger version of yourself.
mhm.
What advice would you
Wow,
give the younger version of yourself?
wow, oh. I know what it is, but just trying to find the words to put
Mm,
it together. It's basically letting go of like that social script that you were told to follow,
mm,
right? Like
mm,
let it go earlier, let it go early. Like I'm surrounded by like friends and family, like who culturally we're all the same and that social script worked for them or
mm,
but they also have their challenges too, but it's like it worked for them in some way better, way better than for me. And like for the longest I tried to make that fit for me.
right,
And I was like, no, 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 like once you realize I did it and like I figured out my own script to create,
right.
it
Your
was
own path.
so much, yeah, it's a lot more better. And those who like I don't say fall in line, but those who came along for the ride came along for the ride, and those who
Yes,
didn't, it's like didn't like. But
right.
those are like life lessons learned. Yeah,
Yeah, you have to figure
yeah,
out that it's like, this ain't it. This ain't for it. I'm not for this. But you have to find your own path.
yeah. Because I do have an uncle who is gay. He's still closeted and super like. Well, I don't want to say DL. He's not DL, but like I could. But when I clocked him, when he clocked me, it was like it was through Jacked.
You found your uncle on Jack?
No, he found me. He used a blank profile. I
Oh,
have my
of
face on
course.
there.
Of course.
But then yeah, he messaged me, and then when I found like when I got confirmation, I've always knew. But then he gave me the advice: don't ever tell anybody, don't do this, don't do that. He was basically just telling me be like a recluse and just like keep your head down and just like don't ruffle feathers. I was like, mm, yeah, but I was like,
Mm. How's that working out
yeah,
for you, Uncle? I don't think this is not it.
yeah.
It's
But that was his advice to me when I was like maybe like in my early 20s. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, this is like a decade ago. Yeah, when you telling me that. So like as I'm trying to figure this out, I have like, oh wait, somebody in my family, but then he's telling me this. I was like, it was very conflicting.
yeah. He was like,
Yeah.
oh, please stay in a closet. Oh, it's so warm and safe in here. Closet, do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Mm,
Follow question. We're still time
mm.
traveling because we're amazing. Also, this is Dragon Ball Z rules. So even if you tell your younger self that it's not going to change you, he's just going to have a slightly different, probably much gayer life earlier. Yes, yes, yes. What would your younger self tell you as a form of advice?
Oh, what would my younger self tell me?
Yeah, full of whimsy,
Hmm.
wonder, and not cynical by the world.
Okay. Kind of like, hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll just be like I really was like I don't take care I really was like fearless like I was like had like little to no fear so like
Mm.
why am I being so cautious and and things like
I,
that. Yeah,
yeah. No, I like
like
that.
yeah, I did gymnastics when I was a kid for two
Oh,
years.
wow.
Like yeah, I was like such an adrenaline junkie kid, always active and things like that. But like now it's like because I really do like would take no risk,
Mm.
like jumping off of my garage onto the like onto the floor, like doing just like crazy stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the accent was like, "Are you still jumping off the monkey bars? Please tell me.
Yeah.
How much higher have we jumped off yet? Have we
Yeah.
jumped out of an airplane?"
Yeah, so I think my younger self would be surprised about like not being so
Mm.
extrovertedly being such a risk taker.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see. Okay, I like that. Be more reckless. Well, not more reckless. Be less. Be fear less. Yeah,
Yeah.
take more risks. Go have fun.
Mhm.
And the final part of this question, since we're still in the realm of time travel, a third Tamesh shows up through a portal. But this Tamesh, there's something special about him. He seems fulfilled. He seems overall content, thriving, moisturized, and overall happy. What do you and your younger self hope about this future Tamesh? And what do you hope for in the world that he came from?
Mm, yeah. Okay. It's more okay. Terminology is tricky because I have the feeling, I know the feeling, but then
Mm-hmm.
it's picking the right words, like to describe it. It's I don't want to say it's like is it like solace? Like more,
Oh.
yeah, like just a love of like comfort, like because like throughout my 20s, it was more like chasing, that corporate career, chasing
Mm.
the bag, chasing the money, that
Right.
level of success, then
Grind,
like
grind,
chasing
grind.
that, but then like as I gotten older and like the way the world is now, the more so like success is like subjective and it's
Mm.
like okay, like whatever it is that I'm figuring it out, if it's that I find comfort in not always like, oh, I need to like make the next dollar, make the
Right.
next dollar. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
The
So
grind is not it. Finding inner peace is what
yeah,
is
it
it.
is. Yeah. And being in my 30s now is for sure that mentality. My 20s was that mentality, but
Mm.
30s is like brand new tapping into this mentality. So like seeing where it goes more into that.
Finding inner peace. I
Yeah.
love that. Thank you for taking this time out and answering all my weird ass questions.
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you. Thank you for your question. They were great. Like,
I'm
yeah, it caught me off
glad.
guard, some of them. Yeah. I was like, wait, let me pick the right words that I'm trying to explain.
You don't have to be perfect. Your answers were great because they came
Thank
from
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you made it to the end. Congratulations. Now do the thing with the following and the subscribing and I don't know where I am actually. What platform is this? Where am I? What am I going to do?